welcome to DaTalk, episode number 2. This is the King for the Win 97, along with my partner, Jake Camaro.
I'm right here.
Well, it's been a year since we've last had a podcast like this. I guess we could say it's a podcast. I guess we could call it DaTalk. But we got a lot on the list today for what we're going to talk about. We have this one actually planned.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy. Sit back and relax and enjoy the talk.
All right, so we just have the lists up on our individual computers. But first of all, we're going to talk about 2012 in review, because 2012, the last year that many people believed we would remain on this earth, is now over. Well, it's actually almost 2 months past that. But yeah, so we're going to be just talking about our favorite movies of 2012 as well as our favorite video games. So I guess I'll start us off with with my top 3 movies and games. My movies. This is a tough one because I think I saw a lot more movies in 2012 than I did in 2011 or 10. Part of the fact because me and my family have been watching movies on our Apple TV pretty much every Friday night. So, but I think for number 3, I'm gonna have to give it to The Dark Knight Rises. I thought that movie was really good. I really I don't know. There was just something about it that just the trilogy of the Christian Bale Batman movies ending. I just think it was a really good overall movie. I actually watched it a couple weeks ago because I was homesick. But just all in all, a really just a good movie. I think that I don't know. It's a good movie. But for number 2, I know I'm kind of on the whole superhero track and everything like that, but another movie that I really enjoyed in 2012 was The Avengers, and I thought The Avengers was really well done. I actually did not see it in theaters. Yes, I was a noob, and I waited for it to come out on a DVD and then rented it on my Apple TV. But I thought that movie was really good too. I don't know. I've always been a fan of the Marvel superheroes, seeing all the not Batman, Iron Man movies and stuff like that. But I have to actually think about my first one because I don't know. It's going to take me a second. So, Petey, talk about your movies now.
All right. Well, I've thought well about this.
Unlike
controversy. I have controversial. I've not seen any of the Dark Knight movies. A lot of movies that I haven't seen, but of my top 3, the third place one will have to go to Skyfall. Quality movie, one of the best Bonds I've ever seen. Daniel Craig was amazing in that, and so yeah, I think that was great storyline. Saw it twice. Second movie, we're gonna have to go to the Avengers as well. I loved the build up to the movies, with like the different superhero movies, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. So the Avengers is great, and I can't wait to see Avengers 2 in 2015. And finally, for my number 1 choice, was going to have to go to The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Just incredible how well they portrayed the book, and how the soundtrack was amazing. Everything was just great about it. And I'm excited for the next one as well, coming up in December. So yeah, those are my top 3. Have you just thought of your first one yet?
Yeah, and one thing, I would have probably put The Hobbit on my top 3, but I actually didn't see it because my mom wanted to take everybody to a movie, but she wanted us to go see Parental Guidance instead of the Hobbit. And I'm like, how could you take us to Parental Guidance instead of The Hobbit? She actually just turned out that she would give me $20 if I went to see Parental Guidance with her. It never really turned out because we just didn't have time. But I'm like, it never really. We never saw it. But I really definitely want to see that movie once it comes out on DVD. Hopefully within the next couple of months. But
March 7th.
Oh, March 7th. Oh, really? Jeez, that's coming up really soon. But you reminded me. I can't believe I did not. I thought for some reason in my mind thought Skyfall came out in 2013 because it just came out on DVD not that long ago. But Skyfall, definitely my favorite movie. I love that movie. Everything about it was just great. How they had some references to the earlier Bond movies, like the part where James Bond and M gets in I forget what it's called, the
Aston Martin.
Yeah, the DB9, DBS something, the DB something, and then he mentions like ejecting her out of the seat. I thought that was really, really funny, kind of a throwback to Goldfinger. But and then the action was really well done. There wasn't like a ton of it. It wasn't one of those, violent, just looking for the most action you can put on the set. It was very, really good shootout scenes, especially the first scene. I thought that was a really, really good opener. How he's
Oh
in the
yeah,
car
that
and
was
stuff.
great.
That was really good. But Skyfall,
All right.
definitely really good movie.
All right, I'm gonna go with my top 3 video games here.
All right. I'm actually going to research this, so I'm just going to start typing out notes on my iPad because I'm not going to make the same embarrassing decision I just did.
All right. Well, my top 3 video games of this year. Again, I haven't played a lot of video games. I have not played Halo 4.
Wow.
So this is off my
That's
list. I apologize. But my number 3 was gonna have to go to Dishonored. Oh, that was an amazing game. I love the whole idea how, depending how much people you kill, how you interact with the scene, depends on your ending, and I thought that was incredible. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, it was just the different powers, the different weapons. It was great. Now, my second nomination or vote or video game for the 2012 year is gonna have to go to Assassin's Creed 3. I have not finished it yet, but so far I am loving it. And I love the story. I love the fact that they were able to replicate Boston and all the other cities and stuff, and it's just incredible, and the historical feel, and that you get actually part of that. And one problem I had with the game is how late you get the suit, and the second you get the assassin suit is when you have to leave. And it was just like, it made me so mad. But great game. Now my number 1 is gonna have to go to an MMO because I'm a PC gamer, and it's gonna have to go to Guild Wars 2. That game was phenomenal. I love it. And if I had my computer right now, I would be playing the heck out of it. Incredible game, incredible world. Everything's great about it. I love the trade system. I love everything about it. So yeah, those are my top 3. On to you, Jake Camaro.
All right, so I actually composed a list of 4 because I'm just gonna kind of. There's so many games that came out this year that I can't even put everything on my list, and I'm also gonna talk about my biggest disappointment of the year. But for number 3, I'm gonna give it to Borderlands 2, and this game really surprised me. Like my friend Mark, we were talking on Xbox the Friday before Borderlands 2 came out, and he had heard about it. I had heard about it before back at E3, but he said he pre-ordered it because it looked, really cool, kind of like a RPG/FPS. And I thought, you know what, the social experience sounds really cool on it. I'm gonna pre-order it. I got it, and I started playing it, and that game was, you can't even describe it. It's like the best of Skyrim with the RPG elements, and then the best of like shooter elements combined to form like an amazing game. The graphics were really cool, how everything's kind of outlined in like black, and the different classes and the social, like the way you can play anything with like drop in drop out co-op. I thought that was really cool. And then the DLC, I got the season pass. All the DLC has been really good, and I've pretty much perfected the game. Like I've pretty much completed all the quests, almost to the highest level. I just love Borderlands 2. For number 2, I'm going to put a racing game on there, and that is Forza Horizon. I've been a big fan of the Forza Motorsport franchise ever since Forza 2, when I first got my Xbox. But my commitment and dedication with the series didn't get in until Forza Motorsport 3. The vinyl editor on that was just incredible. I just spent so many hours, probably more hours than I should have, just staying up late at night creating these awesome pictures and details and effects on all my cars. Plus the driving was really good. But I was a little skeptical with Forza Horizon because this was going to take it to the open world, out of like the simulation of Forza 4. But this game completely blew me away. The graphics are probably the best the Xbox has to offer right now. The lighting is insane. The details of each individual car is great. And then they're also able to get a really good simulation engine built in. Because even though it's open world, and you might say, well, it's just going to be like another Need for Speed, it's really, really high on the whole simulation aspect. The amount of cars is great. The interior camera I love. The DLC support's been really cool, and also the free roam online I've really, really liked. And I've pretty much got like $6 million in the game, and I purchased every car I've wanted to, and completed pretty much every race because it's been really, really good. And then for number 1, and I think probably Petey knows where I'm going with this, Halo 4. That game, it's gotten a little bit of criticism from the community, but I think that it's Halo Reach all over again. And Halo Reach, I fell in love with. I think I've put in like 600 hours in that game, and I'm probably going to put in the same with Halo 4. The campaign, phenomenal. The story, the best in the series, most likely. Just the relationship that Master Chief has with Cortana throughout the story. It's something you don't usually see in a first-person shooter, and I really, really like that. The environments took it to some new locations. There were some new vehicles. There was this one mission, one of like the last ones where you were in like a longsword, and you were just flying through this gigantic alien spaceship, shooting down objects everywhere, and it was just really awesome. The multiplayer has been great. The support, every week there's a new update with like Spartan Ops and a new cutscene, and then the way you can kind of like specialize adds so much more progression onto the game. That Halo 4 is going to be probably the game that keeps me playing the Xbox 360 when the next gen consoles are coming out. And then number 4, I'm going to give it to Assassin's Creed 3, and I think I agree with everything the King said, but Assassin's Creed 3 for me, the one thing that just kept it out of that top 3 was the beginning. It was so slow, and I'm playing it during the school week, and I'm like, I know that it's going to get better, but it's just so boring. I have no idea what I'm doing. Who is this like British guy? Why am I on a boat? Why am I killing all these people? I want to be Connor. I want to be the guy on the video game. Like, maybe if they would have had a little bit better introduction and more of a looking at, okay, you're going to play as this guy for the first 4 hours. Then you're going to play as Connor instead of, oh, here's this Connor stuff. But actually, before you get that, you have to play through 4 hours of boring stuff that makes no sense and really doesn't add all that much to the story. But then,
now I'm gonna have to ask you one question though, Jake Camaro.
Yeah.
How far did you ever get to Connor?
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, I've beaten Assassin's Creed 3. I played.
Okay.
It's a good game. It just takes forever to take off. Like,
that's true.
I like it. The whole stealth mechanic is really cool. The open world is cool. The realism in like the colonial times is really nice. The ships, like the combat, that's something that completely was unexpected. I thought it was going to be really boring, but it's really kind of simulation having to turn into the wind everywhere, and it really surprised me. And Assassin's Creed 3, definitely a good game, but the ending was just not good. And then one other thing, and I'm going to just touch briefly on this topic, but Medal of Honor Warfighter, that game, I don't want to hit it too much because I already made a couple videos about this, but that game was quite disappointing. Both with just the gameplay, the story, the support from the community, and just the amount of people playing it right now. There's no one online anymore. There's no real point in even playing it anymore. The campaign was alright, but there was way too many quick time sequences. I thought that game was going to be the next Battlefield 3, but I think DICE thought it was going to be like that. Danger Close thought it was going to be like that. EA thought that it was going to be like that, but it was just not a good game. It was just your average first-person shooter, and we were way too late in the console cycle for an average first-person shooter. We need something new, and I just do not think Medal of Honor Warfighter delivered.
All right. Well, okay, so we're going to move on a little bit quickly here because we want to keep this under 30 minutes this time. But the next topic is what we're looking forward to in 2013, I guess the rest of this year. I have a few movies I'm thinking. I'm just going to go quickly through these.
Iron Man 3.
First movie. What was that?
Iron Man 3.
Yes, I'm extremely excited for that movie. I am also excited for, the next movie, I guess that was number 2. Number 3, I'm excited for The Internship with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. That looks like an awesome movie. But my number 1 movie I'm super excited for at the end of the year, again, it has to be The Hobbit. One of the greatest movies I've ever seen was The Unexpected Journey. And, yeah, so... Now, Jay Camaro, 3 movies you're excited for?
Oh, 3. I actually have not gone into the movie cycle that much, but I think that there's a couple movies that I'm really excited about. One, of course, Iron Man 3. I think that movie's going to be a great one. The other one is World War Z, and I saw the trailer during the Super Bowl, and it kind of, I don't know, it was a little weird. It didn't really show that much, but then I went into more like detailed researching it online. And I think that is going to be a really cool movie. I love the whole like post-apocalyptic or during the apocalypse type movies, and I just think that it's going to be a phenomenal movie, and I can't wait to see it. And then another one, I I was a little skeptical. I kind of enjoyed the first one, but it wasn't my favorite movie of all time. But Star Trek Into Darkness, I think that I've
Oh yeah,
really
yeah.
I've really realized how good of a director J.J. Abrams is. Of course, he's directing the new Star Wars movies now, but I think that Star Trek Into Darkness is going to be a really cool movie and kind of take a departure from that whole normal Star Trek theme. We saw like the prequel, what happened. Now we're going to get more its own unique story, and I think that the trailer looks phenomenal. The special effects look great. That one scene with the ship crashing into the lake, I think that looks really sweet, and I can't wait for Star Trek Into Darkness to come out this year.
Oh yeah. All right. One thing I'm kind of excited for this year. I'm kind of seeing how notice at the end of 2012 how the PC community has been growing. Steam, Gary's Mod, Minecraft, even all these games are improving extremely, and I can't wait to see how well they're going to improve. I mean, it's just incredible, and all these different communities. But yeah, I'm more of a PC gamer, if you guys didn't know. But Steam, looking forward to that. How much they're going to improve. And then, Jake Merrick, if you could pick one game, which game are you excited for this year?
One game? Oh, that's tough. I have to say three because I'm all equally excited about this. I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but the three games, Crisis 3, it's already come out, really good game. Tomb Raider, I'm really excited for that one. That's going to be a really sweet game. I pre-ordered it a couple days ago. Then finally, the next Call of Duty. I'm really excited for this because I think since the next generation of consoles is coming, this is Activision's chance to completely remake the game, all new engine, all new gameplay, and I think if they do it right, we could have a really, really good first-person shooter on our hands.
One thing I'm hoping for at E3 this year, I'm hoping that Warcraft can pick themselves up and announce a new expansion, hopefully better than a couple pandas running around. So that's what I'm excited for. But next topic, we're going to talk about music. I'm going to think of two bands I've been listening to a lot. Well, three things I've been listening to. Green Day, huge Green Day fan. You guys should all check them out. They came out with 3 new albums. Not greatly impressed by them, but they're great. New band that just released a bunch of music. Area 11. Great music. It's incredible. They're a British band out of Bristol, and there's just great music. And the last thing I've been listening to a lot of is the Hobbit soundtrack. It's just phenomenal. I got the extended edition. It's so great. Now, Jake Mayer, I don't know if you listen to a lot of music, but if you had to recommend some bands out there.
Well, actually, I got Beats by Dr. Dre for Christmas, so I've actually been really getting into the whole music front in the past couple of months, and I really I listened to them a little bit back in the day, because I've been casually listening to music for my entire life. But Coldplay, I've bought a lot of their albums in the past few weeks, and I think they're just a phenomenal band. They're just I don't know. They're really good. All their music is just sweet. And then my second is Imagine Dragons. My dad's friend's sons when they came over recommended their new album to me, and I tried it out. It's actually the first time I've ever bought a full album on iTunes, but I've just been listening to it nonstop. All of the tracks are really good, and I like how each song is very different, so it doesn't get boring. And then I've also been listening to some dubstep lately, Skrillex and all those people. I don't know. I just like the whole feel of the music, how it's all techno and stuff. I don't know. It's not like something that it's not like official music really, because you can't. I don't know. It's more of a score than a song. But I definitely enjoy listening to it, and I think it's pretty good music.
All right. So the next topic we're going to talk about is some video games we like to play. Right now, I've been playing Minecraft, League of Legends, and Guild Wars 2, of course. All great games, obviously all PC games. I just enjoy them, and I'm more of a community player. I like playing with other people and stuff like that, and getting to play games together. And we're going to be able to get some content of maybe Jake Camaro and I playing some Minecraft once I get my computer fixed. We'll see. But I look forward for that. But how about you, Jake Camaro? Any games you like playing?
Well, actually, I purchased Call of Duty Black Ops, and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for my Mac. So I've actually been getting into some PC first-person shooters, and I've been really enjoying it. I think it's really cool. I'm really a noob right now, so I don't want to record any gameplay, but I've just been really enjoying it, and I think if I practice, I could really get into this PC gaming stuff.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Steam's the way to go if you guys are PC gamers. Next topic we want to talk about is we're kind of recommending stuff for you guys. You're going to go check out when you're not listening to our podcast. We promise you it'll be more funny once we plan these more out and get what you guys want in our podcast. But next thing I want you guys to check out, a couple YouTube channels. I have 4 I recommend. Any of the Augscast channels. There's tons of them. Great channels. Next one, Vlog Brothers. Great stuff. Another channel I found the other day called CGP Gray. Funny, great educational videos. No, you want educational, but it's great. Explain some stuff. The last one is going to have to be Vsauce. He just blows my mind all the time, telling me all these different facts and stuff. So you guys go check that one out.
And then,
and Jake Camaro.
Well, I only have one YouTuber to recommend. Actually, 2. All right, I'm going to say 2. One is Xbox Ahoy. If you like Call of Duty, you're going to love this guy. He's probably the most professional YouTuber I've ever seen. His gameplays are... He produces weapon guides of all the guns in Black Ops 2 that come out on Friday every week. Extremely professional. Always, like, giving you all the facts. Some really good gameplay. Plus he's got a pretty awesome English accent, which is never bad. And then another YouTuber that I've been watching is Matimio. He's a Battlefield guy, and I love his Sunday mailboxes. I watch those every Sunday morning when I'm eating my bagel from Panera. They always provide like insight in Battlefield and what he thinks could be coming out later on. He's just a great YouTuber. I'll put his link in the description as well as Xbox Ahoy and the YouTubers that DeKing mentioned. But one thing I want to talk about right before we start to wrap this up, but new consoles. PlayStation 4, last Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Okay, so I'm not going to get into a ton of detail, but Sony announced the PlayStation 4, and I'm not even a PlayStation fanboy. I'm an Xbox fanboy, and I was impressed. They came out on stage, just immediately got into it. I thought they were just going to get droned on and on about how awesome the PlayStation 3 was. But no, they even talked about their errors with the PlayStation 3. They they didn't actually specifically say, but sort of like apologized for the cell processor and how not many third-party games have been running really great on the PlayStation 3. Then they just got right into the PlayStation 4. They talked about the DualShock 4, which in my opinion, looks extremely ugly. I hate it, but that's what we're going with this generation. And then the games, well, first of all, the specs, it's going to be running 10-core CPU, PC-like architecture, so it's going to be really easy to adapt PC games over to the PlayStation 4. 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM, so some really, really good RAM there for recording and watching people play. I'm actually going to get into that in a second. And then they showed off some really great games, the new Killzone Shadowfall, another Infamous title, and then some like third-party developers went up there. Then they talked about some new social aspects, and this is really sweet. So pretty much some of the basis, like some of the basic new features. First of all is this thing where when you turn off your console, unless you actually want it to turn off, it actually will not completely turn off. So it'll stay on in this like sleep mode like the PC. You come back at any time, you turn the console on, it's right there immediately. And T-Mart actually calculated this, a YouTuber that I watch, that if you played it for 8 years, you would save over 300 hours of your life from waiting on to boot up your console. So 300 hours that will save you over the next 8 years. And then some other really cool features. First of all, you can play games while they're downloading, so give it like 3 minutes, it'll download the first level, then you can start playing as it's downloading. Really sweet, because on the Xbox right now, you have to wait on the dashboard, you can't even play a multiplayer game while something's downloading, and you just have to wait forever for it. And then another thing is that you can actually watch people play games from the dashboard. So go to their profile card, you will get a live picture of what they're playing, like pretty much like a capture card right there. Like I'm sure you're going to be able to like customize it for like privacy settings and stuff. But you can see exactly what they're watching right on the fly. Some really sweet innovation right there. And then finally, a really cool feature is that you can actually let people take control of your screen and play for you. So I don't know if how is this going to work with like copyright and stuff. Like you have to own the game to play it. I don't know, but I don't think they've mentioned that. But you can actually so like just press a button. Somebody on the other side of the world will like be playing your game, but at their house. I think it would be sweet for if you need trouble getting to a game or your friends trying to explain something. You can just let them explain it for you on the screen. And then another thing I think Timar mentioned this also is that there could be like a business like stuff coming out of this, because then you could create like a business if you're a really good Call of Duty player. You could like have people hire you to boost your KD. Now I don't know if this would ever like work or not, but I don't know. In theory, that would be an interesting thing to look at. And then finally, no price or release date was announced. All we know it's coming out this year, holiday 2013. I can't wait, even though I'm probably not going to be getting it the first year. I'm going to be getting the next generation Xbox. I think I'm probably sometime this console generation going to have to pick up the PlayStation 4, because what they showed off today just looked really awesome, and I'm not going to be able to pass it up like I passed up the PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited for that as well. I skipped the PlayStation 3, but I think I'll get the PlayStation 4. So thank you guys for watching or listening.
Wait, trivia.
We're gonna ask you a few things. You guys to do 3 things for us. 3 things in the comments. 1, I want you guys to tell us what you think about the PlayStation 4 and what you think it's gonna be good for. 2, we want you to say what do you want from our videos. Just tell us what you want in these DaTalks, and we'll try to do it. Maybe more jokes, maybe more games or something. Slow down, whatever you guys want. Put that in there. And 3, trivia. We're gonna ask you guys a trivia. The first person to get it, we'll mention in our next DaTalk. We'll think of something maybe. But the trivia question for today is you need to name 3 different main characters of an Assassin's Creed game. Just put that in the comments. The first person to do that, we'll mention. We'll see. Maybe we can do something. But thanks you guys for watching. It was Dicking for the Win 97.
And I'm Jake Bear. If you like this video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And me and King for the Win 97. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.